Welcome to Project Trailblazer. A little over 600 years ago, the species of the Milky Way decided to step boldly out into the darkness. They decided to cast off the shackles of the familiar and venture into the quiet between the stars. And on the other side of the void, they found Andromeda. They found the Helios cluster. There they found that the promise of golden worlds was a lie. And instead of perfect colony worlds ready to be settled, they found hellscapes that would have tested the mettle of even our most legendary heroes. They found hostile aliens bent on creating their own personal ethno-state. And they found the Scourge, a mysterious cloud of dark energy fully capable of ripping even the sturdiest ships to shreds. But along with the trials and tribulations, there were triumphs. Ark Hyperion was the first to arrive, carrying the Pathfinder Sarah Ryder and her crew. Together, they braved the wilds of Helios, discovered the intricate vault system in the remnant, forgotten vestiges of the enigmatic Jardan. They met with and formed alliances with the indigenous Agara, who, along with the remnant, were creations of the Jardan, and with their help, they broke the back of the Ket incursion. 10 years has passed since Pathfinder Ryder disembarked onto the Nexus, and in that time, the other arcs have arrived as well, each with their own hardships and fresh traumas. The Quarian arc, the Keylesea, being the last to arrive with perhaps the most disturbing tale of all. Relations with the Angara remain good years after arrival, and Ket sightings have gone down. Even the Scourge seems to be behaving, but despite this relative good fortune, people are, well, getting bored. No one came to Andromeda for an easy life. They came to find the unknown and either befriend it or punch it in the face. But of course, you know all this. After all, you joined the initiative. And whatever your private and personal reasons were, you do at least contain that core desire for adventure. With that in mind, Nexus Station is assembling a team to travel outside of the Helios cluster to see what is to be seen. Probes have been sent out beyond the cluster, each one equipped with an AI and a tracking beacon. Your mission is to venture out into the unknown, find what other life might be out there, find any other potential golden worlds, avoid the Ket, and, if possible, learn the origins of the Scourge. The four of you have been chosen for your unique skills, knowledge, and adaptability. You'll be equipped with the second best ship the initiative has got. We'll be sending you out to the Mile 2 cluster right next door. We have no idea what you're going to find out there, but that's half the fun. Say your goodbyes, get a good night's sleep, and get ready to set sail, Trailblazers. The galaxy is called, and it's up to you to answer. Good luck. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Project Trailblazer. I am your GM. That stands for Galaxy Master, according to the system. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not the dice boss?
Hello, my name is Professor John Bradley Lestrange, and I am your dice daddy.
No.
Before we get started, I'm going to let my lovely cohorts here introduce themselves. We're going to start immediately to my right with my wonderful spouse who puts up with me despite all of my chicanery.
Hi, I'm Jay Bradley Lestrange. I'm a writer and podcaster. If you're interested in following my work, you can check me out on certainpov.com, and you can also catch me on Deep Magic.
Next is going to be Spectre.
Hi, I'm Spectre Lafette. You can find me most places on the internet by that name. I'm also the storyteller for our regular Changeling game that MJ and Velvet are also in, and I'm a on and off character on our vampire game as well, which is on Saturdays, and Changelings on Fridays.
Fantastic. Next is going to be Amberly.
Hi, I'm Amberly. This is kind of my first foray into any of this. Most of what I do is not online, so this will be fun.
Wonderful. Well, we're glad to have you here. And bringing up the rear, last but certainly not least, is Velvet.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Velvet. I use favorite pronouns, and you can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar.
Wonderful. And as I said, I am John. I am also part of Deep Magic, although I was completely skipped over.
I was about to say, John's not in that game.
Yeah, I'm not in that game. I'm definitely not the Mer King and also the Prince of the Sealy Court in Deep Magic. Definitely not a paladin with a hero complex. No, that's what I am in real life. Hi, you can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard. And with this wild energy in mind, please make sure to follow us at Archives of the Dragon on Twitch, where you can find this stream, which will be airing someday. We'll let you know at some point, and on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon. Thanks for being here. If you're still here, I hope you are. Our story starts with a close-up shot of Nexus Station, and then the camera pans out until we can see the whole of it, hanging in the void like an ornament on an Earth Christmas tree. All 5 arcs are present in their respective docks, forming a shape vaguely reminiscent of the outstretched arms of the Citadel. We can see some minor repairs are going on the outside of the station. Nothing too major, just space stuff. And then we zoom in and in and in until we're through the hull and into the halls. They are bustling with activity. Thousands of people living and passing through to colony worlds made safe by Pathfinder Sarah Ryder. We see Asari, Turians, Solarians, Krogan, Batarians, humans, Hanar, Trell, and Quarians, all striding the halls of Nexus Station, going about their new lives in Helios. But this story isn't about Nexus as a whole. It's a story of four very specific, very unique individuals. So let's find them, shall we? Just going to roll a d4. And first up is going to be Alomi Druis. It's the start of a brand new day here on Nexus Station. Just a regular day. Nothing special is going on as far as you're aware. What does the start of a regular day look like for Alomi Druis?
The start of a regular day for Alomi Druis. Alomi spends the morning out and about on Nexus Station, meeting people, talking to them, getting their story. Where are you from? Oh, you were on Omega? I was on Omega. And different stories. Oh, you grew up on Earth? What's your favorite folklore from there? Things like that. Alomi collects stories whenever they're in a new place.
All right.
And that is what mornings to early afternoons are like.
That is fantastic. I love it very much. We've got ourselves a barbarian. Next up, we literally just rolled a 1, then a 2. I'm just going down my list. Galatea, you're next. So what does a regular day look like for 641446? Whatever your numbers were, Galatea.
I don't even remember. I think it's a very I might be mixing up my directors, almost like a very no, not Kubrick, but it's that sort of kind of oh, you know what? The guy who patches up Woody in Toy Story 2. It's just like a very meticulous close-up of Galatea like gathering their tools for the day, packing them tightly, and then getting ready to just make their rounds around the different med bays.
Oh, I totally forgot to do something. Here's something that we should do. So we're going to return to Alomi Druis for just a second. What is your character's race, and what do you look like?
Oh, hey, I should probably have said all of that. Alomi Druis is a Drell. They are they're non-binary, but with a feminine presenting figure. They have sandy brown skin with dark red accents and dark orange eyes. They are pretty average build, average height. They wear mostly black and a red jacket that they stole from someone from the Talons back on Omega.
Hell yes. If you haven't played the Omega DLC from Mass Effect 3, highly recommend it. Peak, amazing shenanigans.
It's your favorite war criminal, I know.
It is my favorite war criminal, Arya Talok. She's amazing, and we will never, ever see her in this campaign, ever. It's not a foreshadowing. She's dead by now. Actually, no, she might. Galatea, what do you look like?
Galatea is an unshackled AI, and their chassis is like Echo from Overwatch. If you stuck Edie's head on it, and just have that red, white, pinkish Nurse Joy kind of color scheme going on.
Fantastic. And the reason why I remembered to ask what your characters look like is because when Galatea said that they were packing up all of their equipment, is it in a box bag or just in Galatea?
It's in a bag.
Okay.
They found it makes people uncomfortable if they just start like pulling sharp instruments out of themselves. It's
nice to know that Galatea thinks about these things and is concerned about bedside manner. Who would have thunk it? I literally just rolled a 3. We just did 1, 2, and 3 on the dice. No lie. So next up is Aviva.
Hello. So typical day for Aviva Narvera, who is a female, girl Quarian. Spends a lot of her nights sneaking, so her days are partially sleeping, and then probably more sneaking. Nothing overt. Aviva wears a lot of black and kind of a darker purple with the intent to blend in at night, but not necessarily stick out during the day. When she is out, she's either looking for her friend, Lomi, or she is working on various intel gathering assignments.
Fantastic. We've only got one option left, but I'm going to roll this dice anyways just to see if I get a 4.
Is it me? Is it me?
I did, in fact, y'all. No lies here. I rolled this dice 4 times down the beautiful dice
I
tower
can confirm it
that
is
my
a
spouse
4.
got for me, and I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 in sequence.
The dice knew what it wanted.
There is no editing on this. I just went right down my list. Last is going to be Circle. What does your day start with?
So this particular day, Sirgal has just come off a job. Got patched up last night, probably by Galatea. Not that there was so much to worry about, and you probably could have gotten through the wound just powering through. And then I went and got roaringly drunk and passed out. Because we are nothing if not cliche, but wonderfully so. However, in the morning, I definitely go through a ritual of cleaning all my equipment, and I check in with my best friend, Dombra Varax, before going out to find yet another exciting and different job for me to do science.
Fantastic.
I am a Krogan. A very large female Krogan who is definitely going to fight you, will not be told to stay in the colony, and considers herself the blood of Sugar. So
Nice.
Fantastic. I love everything about this so much. So the timeline for our story is about 10 years after the events of Andromeda, because BioWare are cowards and they won't give me Andromeda 2. So we're doing Andromeda 2 Electric Boogaloo. Still Andromeding. Still pathfinding. Insert your sequel reference of choice.
The Squeakquel.
The Squeakquel, starring Alvin and the Chipmunks. Couldn't think of a alien reference for that one. So it's the beginning of a regular day. You're all off doing your things, gathering stories, getting your equipment together, sleeping in a la Bruce Wayne, and science. All caps, exclamation points at the end of it. It's just a regular day. You have no reason to think that anything strange is going to happen. And about noon, let's say, you all get a beep, beep, beep on your Omni tool. You've got a message. What do you do?
Amberly, do you think that Aviva and Alomi have met up by noon? Or is Aviva still sleeping?
No, I was just thinking about that. I am probably awake by now and have probably sought you out automatically to figure out where you were prior to doing other things. So probably we are together, yes.
Okay.
Alomi feels like they're not hard to find in a crowd.
I don't think I would be.
Yeah.
I would read the message.
Okay. Galatea?
I
Delete
would read
it
as soon as I got it.
Circle?
I would check to see if it was like a text transmission or a voice transmission. If it's a text transmission, I'll just read it. If
It's a text transmission. You got a text message. All of you. You got a text message on your Omni tools. You go do 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 on your little arm thing. A little screen pops up.
WYD.
Words scroll
What you
across
doing?
it. And the message reads, needed in Director Kesh's office. New assignment. Come fully equipped.
This is a Spectre thing.
Gosh!
Yeah. So I've decided that, spoiler alert, Director Tan is dead. Now, this is not because I have a particular hate of Director Tan, although I do, you absolute bureaucratic piece of dog shit. But it's because Solarians don't live that long. And he was probably like in his 20s or 30s by the time this all kicked off. It's 10 years later. He's probably dead. And I want Kesh to be in charge because we need more strong Krogan in positions of power. So you all get a message from Director Kesh saying that there is a mission for you of the utmost important. Come equipped. Do you go to the director's office?
Obviously, Kesh is a badass.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you all walk through the halls of Nexus Station. You probably all bump into each other at some point. Do you all know each other? I know that Sirgul and Galatea know each other because Sirgul gets patched up fairly often, but Alomi and Aviva, do y'all know these two rapscallions?
My instinct is no,
All right.
I
because
agree with that.
I feel like the way that we've built our characters, we are not very like, let's go out and make new friends. Like Alomi is friendly with everyone, but Aviva is really Alomi's only friend.
That is fair. So you're all walking through the halls of Nexus Station. It's clean. It's clinical. It's set up like a space station. It's meant to be as homey as possible while making as efficient a use of space as it possibly can because, well, you have a very finite amount of space. Because outside of the space that you've built is space. And and everyone with the exception of Sirgul will die out there very quickly. Benefit of a redundant nervous system. But as you're walking to Director Cash's office, you're all roughly about where the informational mural is, right in the center of the concourse. And then the director's office is off to the left from there, if you remember the layout from the Andromeda video game. I do, because I've played it a lot. You all sort of congregate in the same place, and you all very quickly realize you are heading for the same location. Do you say anything to each other or just keep walking?
I think Sergal will probably like friendly punch Galatea and be like, it's too early, but thanks for last night. A really good bar fight afterwards.
It's only early if you have to rest. I don't.
That's what I like about you. Indestructible.
Well, adorable and sad.
I think Alomi looks to Aviva and like arches an eyebrow.
There would be an arched eyebrow back, and then a very slight head tilt. And maybe a, do you know them?
And a head shake.
I have one of those Andromeda questions. Are they still trying to repair that electrical circuit next to the main?
No,
That's a good
no. It has
question.
been
Do you have an answer?
It has been one whole decade. It has been one whole decade. It has been fixed.
I don't know. 11 is 11 is 11.
It has been fixed. Yes, that electrical panel has been fixed. Yes.
The
So
little things.
yeah. As you're all sort of congregated by this thing, Tyrion Kandros walks by, looks at the four of you and says, "Go, don't dawdle. What are you all doing just standing around here?"
I wasn't under the impression that we were standing. I thought we were all walking.
That's fair.
I also thought we were walking.
Well, I made an assumption and was wrong about it.
The old walk and talk.
All right, that's fair. You all walk and talk, and you make your way into the director's office, and you see Kesh standing behind her big old desk in the back of the room with all the Pathfinder memorabilia around there. All of the flags from the worlds and the informational blah blah blahs and the VIs and trophies and who's its and what's its galore. And as you all walk in, Kesh looks up at you and says, "I'm going to do my best Kesh voice that I possibly can. Good, you're all here. It's my same voice. Don't get off my back. I have a very important mission for all of you."
All of us?
Yes, you four. Do you know each other?
Together?
I
Yeah.
mean, we know each other.
Are the four of you acquainted with each other?
No.
Okay. Are you going to introduce yourselves, or do we have to do an icebreaker activity like this is, first grade?
Ooh, I do like a good
for
icebreaker.
trust falls.
No.
Okay.
Scientific trust falls.
Okay, everyone go around the room and say 3 adjectives that describe yourself. Aviva, go first. Going in alphabetical order.
Alomi is delighted. Just like folds their arms and looks at Aviva and like, go ahead.
I'm armed. I'm uncomfortable. And I'm confused.
Okay. That's sort of very situational and not really about you in general, except for that first one. But good enough. Sirgal, you're next.
I identify as a threat.
That's one adjective. I need two more.
I have this gun and this gun.
Not adjectives. Those are guns. They're technically nouns. Adjectives, they're words that describe, they modify nouns like large, annoying, on my last nerve.
Yes, ma'am. I identify as a
think the
large,
last one was an
annoying
adjective.
threat.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's what I get for giving you adjectives. You just took the ones I gave you. You get an A on this assignment, Sirgal. Very good. Galatea.
I am subject 6414734, designation Galatea. Resident medical AI, and probably the smartest person on this station.
Medical, smartest. On is a preposition. I'm going to need one more.
I am well versed in Sergal's anatomy. Not so much anyone else's.
That's not really an adjective, but it is.
Well
It
versed
does
is an
paint
adjective.
a picture.
Well versed is an. All right. You know what?
It's a hyphenated one.
We're playing fast and loose with the accepted rules of grammar, but fuck it. Language evolves.
All words are made up.
I don't have a degree in words. They don't do what I want. Allow me. Please save me from them.
My name is Alomi Druis. I am trying to think of 3 good adjectives for Alomi. I am distracting. I'm probably stupid. And I am determined.
There's a big pause on that last one, even though you had the most time to think about it, but fair.
I was too busy listening to other people.
You know what?
I was practicing active listening.
Active listening, that's good. All right, you
It's
get a
one of her best
cookie.
skills.
Do you want a cookie?
I don't know if I could eat it. Let's just.
You know what? That's fair. Krogan cookies, they've got lava in them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just actual real lava.
See,
Yeah.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm. So
If there are cookies, Sergal will actually just start eating them.
yeah, no, there's a plate of them on the desk. Kesh looks at you and says, Sirgal, you can only have one.
Holding 3 cookies.
One.
That's how you can tell Cash is a mom now.
Puts 1 down, holds 2 cookies.
Yeah, speaking of Kesh being a mom now, one of Kesh's little Krogan kids, 10 years old now, comes running into the office and says, Mom, I punched a pie jack. Why, where did you even find a pie jack?
Writers visiting.
Oh, of course. Ryder's back from putting the QEC buoy out on the edge of Helios space, and he brought back another pie jack, and Rex decided to punch it. Okay. Good job, sweetie. Is it alive? Please tell me it's alive. Yeah, Mom, it's alive. Okay.
Sergal leans down and goes, if you want it to be unalive next time, hit me up.
Sirgal, I'm gonna need you to just please not. Anyway.
He gives the second cookie to the small child.
Yeah, that's fine.
I petition for young Krogan to be called Kroglets.
That is fair.
Agreed.
The little Kroglet.
Seconded.
I love it.
Yeah, one of Kesh's Kroglets, whose name is Rex,
Baby.
because I couldn't think of another name, and I love I love my space dad.
We should all
Um,
love Space Dad.
You know. So you might be wondering why I've called you all here.
To do science.
That is technically correct. The best kind of correct. Yes, but it's a very specific type of science. It's a very dangerous type of science, and it's a type of science that will, um, let's just, I have a pitch. I wrote a thing down. Do you mind if I'm just
Please
gonna.
do it.
So as you all know, it's been a few years since the Andromeda Initiative has made its way to the Helios cluster. Feel free to interrupt with questions at any time if you have them. Um, Progress has slowed a bit in that time. Relations with the Angara are still good. Ket sightings have gone down, which is a little disappointing for the Krogan. We were hoping to, you know, rip some bone carapace off and fashion it into knives. Anyway, even the Scourge has been giving us fewer problems than before, mostly because we, know where it is and we can just avoid it. But despite all of this relative good fortune, our people are getting bored. We're kind of trapped for the most part in Helios. This isn't the Milky Way. We don't have a Mass Effect system to just zip around, and even if we did, we don't know what's on the other side of those things. It could be like when the Solarians went through the Karen relay and found the Rachni. We don't want Rachni here because I just put new carpeting in my bedroom and I know they'll ruin it. I know they will. I know they will.
As
Okay.
Kesh says, everybody's getting bored. Sergal has picked up small Rex and they are practicing headbutting each other.
That's fair. Yeah, Kesh just lets that happen. That's how you play with Krogan. It's like peekaboo for human children. It's just headbutting, right? Yeah. No one came to Andromeda for an easy life, right? They came to find the unknown and either befriend it or punch it in the face. And we're running out of things to punch. With that in mind, Nexus Station, um, me, Addison, Tyrion, the Pathfinders, we've decided to put together a team to, for the very first time since we all came here, travel outside of the Helios cluster. So we want to see what's out there. There might be more Golden Worlds. There might be more Ket. There might be more Angara or friendly alien species that we've never heard of, or we might finally find out what the Scourge is or who the Jardan are. Or there's a lot. We have a lot of questions. We have just so many questions. So we've sent out some AI attached to little probes, right? And they've gone out there to just start mapping some stuff. And we want to send the four of you out to the neighboring cluster who has been designated Mile 2, MYALL, and 2, to, explore. You've all been chosen for your skills, I am now thinking maybe not your knowledge, but your adaptability. You'll be equipped with the second best ship that the Andromeda Initiative has, which we haven't named yet. We've decided to let you all name your own ship. Ryder got the Tempest. We sort of saddled him with that name. That felt a little unfair, so you get to name your own ship. If you name it Bodie McBoatface, I will space all of you. Each and every single one of you. Circle, I'm going to space you twice because you'll survive the first time. But I rest assured, you will not be ill-equipped. Our second best ship is still pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. It's better for long hauls across the void than the Tempest is. Still technically a frigate, but, it's able to carry much more of everything than the Tempest could. It can go 3 times FTL. You're going to be equipped with torpedoes, Stanix cannons, the best shields that we could give you. You've got the works. Your ship is going to come with a doctor. So Galatea, you'll have some help Um, our doctor also sort of is also an engineer, right? So if you get messed up, there'll be someone to take care of you. There's a pilot, there's a ship's engineer, and there's a cook. Now, none of these are combat personnel; they're just ship's crew. So, you know, they're not gonna just go out with you and shoot guns. You know, they're not gonna be your red shirts, but they will keep you alive just the same with food or not crashing the ship or food. Sorry, I'm hungry. I skipped breakfast today. So we have a few coordinate points all ready for you to check out over in the Mile 2 cluster. Um, but there's not much that we can really tell you about any of them. We sent out about a dozen or so probes. 6 of them have reported back with some information. So far as we can tell, there are some 20 odd star systems over in the cluster. And we have information so far on 6 of them. Um, your ship has a QEC communicator, so this should allow you to communicate with the Nexus. That's why we had Ryder out there putting in a comm buoy on the outside of the Helios space. That should help facilitate that. But you will be about 3 months away at your fastest speed. So you will be largely alone out there on your own to explore the far reaches of space. Um, we've decided to call your team Project Trailblazer because it seemed appropriate, and Pathfinder was already taken. So, seemed like a cool name. We had a vote on it and everything.
I mean, I'm all one for new adventure, but this sounds like something a Pathfinder should be doing.
It does sound like something a Pathfinder should be doing, doesn't it? However, Pathfinder Ryder and the other Pathfinders are staying here for a number of reasons. One, they and their SAMs are our best defense against the Ket and any remnant technology that's still there to be uncovered. 2,
Because you said so?
because I said so.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah. We have other missions for the Pathfinder crews to be doing here in Andromeda, all of which are very important for the safety of the Nexus, for continued relations with the Angara, and to make sure that the Ket Scourge is still kept under wraps. This is somewhat of a side project. There might be nothing out there. There might be no benefit beyond sating our curiosity to this mission. But who knows? We won't know until we get there. So we send you. You find stuff. You tell us. We do something about it. Does this sound like something that you all can do?
It doesn't sound like we have a choice.
I mean, you can say no, and then I space you.
See?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've always wanted to try space flight though.
Yeah.
So can we space me and then I can go?
No, absolutely not. This is a punishment. This is not a reward. You don't get to do this just because you want to. You get to do it because I want to, because you've annoyed me. I understand that this is a dangerous mission. It might not be something that you want to go out there for. So far, of all the worlds that we found here in Andromeda, there is not a golden quarrying world.
Oh no, I want to go. I'm just. It doesn't sound like we have a choice.
Yeah. I mean, technically, this isn't a military operation. I can't order you to do anything, but you also do all work for me. So, no, yeah, you don't have a choice. Congratulations.
I assume the ship's equipped with an adequate communication array.
Yeah, you have a QEC communicator, a quantum entanglement communicator. It can go vast distances. We put a comm buoy up on the edge of the Helios. That's where Ryder was before she came back and brought back a pie jack for my child to punch. That's probably not why Ryder brought back that pie jack, but that is what wound up happening with it. And this is just, I haven't slept in days. You'll pardon me if I ramble a bit, or you won't pardon me I don't care.
Sirgal looks at Rex and goes, "Come on, let's go do science." And she starts to
No,
leave with the
you
child.
can't. You cannot leave. Rex, you go find your brothers and sisters. You stay out of as much trouble as you possibly can. The rest of you, we are not done here. Do you have any questions about this mission?
I don't think you could answer my questions about this mission since we don't know what's out there, which
Yeah.
is good.
I mean,
We
you're getting
have-
resources.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What resources you will have? So you will have, you'll have the best arms and armor that we can outfit you with. Pathfinders have been bringing back a lot of resources. We can make pretty much anything that you need. Your ship will be equipped with plenty of food, although at some point you will have to do some foraging out there and figure out what you can eat. I'd recommend, rationing responsibly. Ideally, there'll be food out there that you can eat because there's food over here that we could eat, but who knows? If it turns out that you don't have enough food, you should have enough food on the ship for a year. So that gives you plenty of time to go there, figure out that you can't eat anything there, come back for more stuff. It's a 3-month journey. Ideally, you won't have to come back all that often, but you technically can if you want. It's just a waste of about half a year. We have no idea what the money's going to be over there, but you're probably going to need to trade for some kind of supplies. The Angara didn't use credits like the humans did and like the rest of just sort of Citadel space wound up doing. So, but we do know just from the things that we're able to build out here that metals and minerals are still pretty dang valuable no matter where you are. So you are going to be equipped with a good supply of EZO, platinum, iridium, and palladium that you can use to trade for resources, goods, supplies, weapons, material, whatever you might need while you're out there. Out of the particular game, this is just going to function in the same way that a standard Dungeons and Dragons currency system does. EZO being your most valuable, platinum being second, iridium and palladium being your least valuable. It's 100 palladium to an iridium, 100 iridium to a platinum, 100 platinum to an EZO, and 100 EZO to 100 EZO. It doesn't go above that. So you might just wind up with like 2,000 EZO at some point. I don't know how rich you'll get. And you'll be given an amount of those resources to outfit you.
An unspecified number.
Well, I'll specify a number later. There are certain things that we can tell you about what the probes have found out there. We have a certain amount of information. We're not going to be sending you out there totally blind. We have sort of hot spots for you to go to. So if you have any questions about what you might find out there, there is some information that I can give you.
So
Do we have this?
Oh, go ahead. No, after you, Galatea.
Do we have established protocol for first contact?
Yes, Andromeda Initiative First Contact Protocol is don't fire first.
Does that apply only to guns?
It applies to anything that you could possibly use as a weapon.
You probably can't stab them first either.
Don't stab them first.
Okay.
Andromeda Initiative First Contact Protocol hasn't changed since we first got here, regardless of our interactions with the Ket. Your job is to make peaceful contact, if at all possible, with new alien species. And if they start shooting at you, well, hopefully you don't die immediately.
If we get there and there's cat already there, can we punch the cat?
Oh, absolutely. Just go ham on the cat. We don't want peaceful relations with the cat. I mean, don't commit, try and keep the war crimes to a minimum, but also, take no shit.
Everyone gets a little war crime as a treat.
Just, you get one. Technically, incinerate is a war crime as a, ability that engineers and sentinels tend to have. But, we look the other way because,
Now, I understand that Galatea is an AI. Do we get our own Kirkland's best version of Sam?
So obviously, you all haven't been fitted with Pathfinder implants like the Pathfinder and their chosen heirs have been. However, we are going to equip your Omni tools with a sort of Sam Junior that will be of a good amount of aid while you're out there. Help with translating alien languages, scanning for resources, hacking through doors, etc., so forth, and establishing communication back with the Nexus. So yes, you will have a Sam Junior that will be installed in all of your Omni tools before you leave.
Okay.
Maybe we can use some adjectives at those aliens and make friends.
Hopefully, you'll all be better at. You'll have 3 months on the insert ship name here to come up with good adjectives for all of your ice breaking activities.
Can we name it insert ship name here?
No.
Oh.
So here's what we can tell you about the information that our probes have already sent back to us. First, in a star system that we have decided to dub Draco Adrastea, there is a planet with an apparently Earth-like atmosphere. As far as we can tell, there is no indigenous intelligent life, but there does appear to be a massive crystal spire up at the north pole of the planet. We don't know what it is or what it does there, but that is something that's probably worth investigating. Our second probe to send back information from what we're dubbing the Alpha Leporis system has found a large derelict space station. Doesn't appear to have much in the way of power running through it. It appears, as far as we can tell, completely abandoned. So we don't know what you'll find out there. Our third probe from a system called Pavo Erythia has found a satellite orbiting a brown dwarf star. So we have indications that there either was or is some kind of intelligent life out there in the system. None of our probes have made contact with them. Well, that's actually not true, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Our fourth probe, from what we're dubbing the Ursa Hyperis system, has found an encrypted signal in some alien language and some alien code that we can't decipher or read in the middle of an asteroid field.
Ooh.
In that system. We don't know. So we have. That's all we can tell you about that. Our fifth probe was shut down. Yeah, it. We thought it was a deserted planet, literally a desert planet, kind of like Elos.
Eladin.
No, the other one, the first one.
Eos.
Eos. Kind of like Eos or Eladin. And we saw no signs of any intelligent life on that one either. And then the probe got shot down. So I'd be careful of that planet. Maybe not go there first. Get your feet wet somewhere out there.
Hard mode.
Yeah. And then our sixth one found a moon orbiting just beyond the event horizon of a black hole. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I can show you some pictures of it. They're a little grainy for traveling several hundred light years. But moon on a black hole, it's pretty cool, right?
Yep.
It appears to be kept in orbit by some kind of massively powerful ESO engine. We have no idea who built it or why there's a moon orbiting a black hole. But there are other systems out there. You're obviously free to, once you're out there, your guiding mission is explore, discover, learn everything that you possibly can. These are 6 good places that you can start. because there are things that we can tell you something about. But if you want to just go off into just literally the empty black of space and try and find stuff, I literally can't stop you once you leave.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
There's literally nothing I can do once you're gone from
We could
here.
technically just take the ship and go.
Yeah.
We could.
Am I more or less annoying at this point?
Equal. It's equal. I have a headache right over here. That's Sirgal. It's about a daily one. And then this one over here, this is Alomi and Aviva. Galatea's fine. She's my favorite. They're my favorite.
You
Sort
hear
of
that? Mom says
you on the
you're
ship,
her
too.
favorite.
What
We
was that,
always have
Amberly?
that. Oop, go ahead.
We could always space circle once we get the ship out there too. Just for fun.
No, you mean for science.
I would ask
For
that you
science.
not all kill each other. I recognize that Sirgal and Galatea know each other fairly well by this point, and I know that Alomi and Aviva have been friends since before they came here, but you are going to have to work together. The Pathfinder was only able to succeed in securing Helios as well as she did for us by working with a team. A
Spacey?
very roughly put
exercise.
together team of misfits and miscreants, but you will have to work together.
Are you trying to
Please.
tell us to believe in the power of friendship?
I'm trying to tell you that we are putting a lot of time and money and resources into what might be a fool's errand, and please, for the love of God, keep my ulcers to a minimum. I have 5 stomachs capable of growing ulcers, and I would rather just have none. Just have no ulcers. No ulcers at all. Can you do that?
Does Drac
For
know
me.
you call him misfit and miscreant?
Yes. I call him that to his face. She just calls up Drac on her Omni tool. What? You're a misfit? Okay, yeah. And you're a pain in my ass. Okay. See you at dinner.
My fangirl heart is full.
I'd love to see it.
This is the information, for the most part, that I can give you about your mission. We have 6 hotspots for you to visit, and beyond that, you will be out in the Mile 2 cluster adventuring to the best of your abilities. Does this sound like something that you can do? Please say yes.
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 Aye.
All right, great. Now, we're not going to send you out there completely unprepared because I recognize that most of you have never really worked together in any kind of combat situation, and I can assure you, you're going to run into some combat situations out in the Mile 2 cluster, just because there's probably going to be Ked out there, if nothing else, and they suck. They suck a lot. So, follow me. And Kesh just walks away, expects you to follow.
I take 2 more cookies.
Yeah, that's fair. Kesh can't see you. Actually, as Kesh is walking the door, Sirgal put the cookies back.
Very guilty expression. Puts at least 1 cookie back.
Good enough. So you all follow Kesh through the hallways of the Nexus. You go down a few floors. You go to a place that none of you have ever been before. There is a part of Nexus Station that is pretty exclusively used by the Pathfinders and their respective teams for equipment. Their armory is here. They've got some docking bays for very specific ship repairs. The systems on their ships are very, very specific. And there is a giant Pathfinder training room. So you are brought to the doors of this giant cube room. And as the doors slide open, off to one side of the room, there's a little control box, and then the room itself is a 60 by 60 by 60 meter cube. It is big. It's a big old cube. It is 60 high, 60 wide, 60 across. It is a big, big, big old room. Kesh says, if you will all go on in there, we're going to run you through a little bit of, for lack of a better term, a combat tutorial so you can get used to working with each other. And then once that's all said and done, we're probably going to let you sleep for the night and then start off fresh in the morning.
So kind.
Unless you've got just huge amounts of preparation that you need to do, but I hope you don't because you live on a space station. We're all kind of supposed to be prepared for stuff a little bit more quickly than that. Anyway, get in the box. If you don't go in the box, Kesh just starts shoving you into the box.
And
Oh,
go
first
into
in
the
box.
First in the box.
The
Great,
door
great.
is limited size.
No, it's a big door. You could all fit through this door at the same time. This is a big door.
Do you want us to hold hands and we can like link?
You can do whatever you want. Kesh just starts walking over to the control booth.
get our kumbayayas out.
Yep. Get yourselves ready. Braid each other's hair. Do patty cake. Say your prayers. I don't know. Whatever you
No
do.
one here
before-
has hair.
It's
You
true.
know what? You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That one's on me. Kesh walks over into the control booth. All right, so we've got this all set up for you already. It's going to be a very simple thing. And Kesh hits a button, and a number of panels on the wall and on the floor, sort of the centers of them flip over, and they have these little holographic projectors on them. And for a second, you just hear this click, 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 all throughout the room as all these little panels flip over. And then there's a sound as some machinery starts whirring in the background that does hologram stuff.
Gotta love this Foley work.
I know, right? I'm so good at this. MGM Studios at me. Focus Productions, what's up? Anyway, where was I? As
Click,
the
click, click, click.
hologram projectors kick into gear, you see across the floor of the room first. It no longer looks like this sort of metal panels that you're used to on the floor of Nexus Station. It starts to look like desert sand. And off in the distance of the room and off to the sides, you see rising from the ground what looks like these low buttes and plateaus, some small mesas and dunes. And it just whooshes all the way from front to back through the room and builds this desert sort of atmosphere, kind of like you'd see on Eladin. It rushes up the side walls, and you've got these pillars and this beautiful hot sunny day, and then you see the sun up in the sky. And for as far as you knew, if you didn't know you were in a holographic room, you might think that you were on Eladin. And then you hear the loudest rumble that you have ever heard in your entire life. And appearing to burst from the ground is a thresher maw, 30 feet long.
I don't care for that shit at all.
And then you hear, oh shit, sorry about that. That was still set to Drax program. We've got something different for you. And then you hear,
As that's happening, Sergal is already trying to rush the
it all
thresher
fades
maw.
away. You rush as fast as you can, but it's a big room. You only get maybe 1/6 of the way across the room before the thresher maw disappears and the desert environment goes away. Sorry again about that. We thought that we'd reset it after Drac was done with his training for the day, but it turns out that the booth operator just left the program, and that would have been real bad. That's a bit above your pay grade for now. And you hear some buttons going on over the loudspeaker. This should be a little bit more your speed. Let's get started. And then you hear a button get pressed, and you hear that series of clicking sounds again, and the machinery whirring to life. And what looks like a factory starts to build in front of you. It starts at the front and it whooshes through to the back, and you see these crates, about 6 foot tall, pop up in various places throughout the room. They look pretty sturdy. Um, some corrugated metal walls up the sides, all the way to the back, and then starting from the bottom of that wall and going up, you have a very wide metal door, and then above it, you have a metal catwalk um, with a waist high railing with metal walls um, in between the little slats of the railing. And standing up on the catwalk, you see, for anyone, y'all from Omega will definitely recognize an Eclipse mercenary standing at the back of the room. And he types something out onto his Omni tool. The doors underneath the catwalk slide open, and rushing out, or not rushing, really, just sort of two things rush, four things walk a bit slowly, are four Loki mechs and two Fenris mechs. All right, so this should be a relatively low stakes fight. This is just sort of to let you get the hang of working together as a team. But get to it, don't die. You can't die. You physically can't die. They have stun rounds. You'll just pass out. Everyone, roll initiative. Give me my coin back.
I was getting antsy and I needed something to do with my hands.
Yeah, this is one of the many challenge coins that I collect. This is an N7 one that my lovely spouse got for me.
Yeah, I did.
It will be, if I need a D2 for this, I have flip tested this and it works well.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me don't all tell me at once. Alomi, what did you roll?
We add dex for initiative, right?
Yes, it is a D20 plus your plus your dexterity.
So I got 21.
Okay, Alomi got 21. Okay. Sirgol, what did you get?
14.
Okay. Galatea?
I got the highest initiative, a spicy 2.
Okay. And Aviva?
Next spiciest, I have a 12.
Okay, so we've got 14 with Sirgol, and we've got 12 with Aviva, and we've got 2 with Galatea, and then I just have to roll them.
If you do a Roman 2, it looks like an 11.
That is true. If you do a Roman 2, it looks like an 11. What is the dexterity modifier for this? Okay, so that is...
When you have all of the initiative set, can you read it out and I'll put it in chat so we have a place to look at it and we always know?
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm smart. Alomi, not so much. Me? Yeah, pretty smart.
Okay, so our initiative order is Alomi, Sirgol, the Eclipse Engineer, the 2 Fenris mechs. Hold on. Sorry, it's after the engineer is Aviva, and then the 2 Fenris mechs. Then Galatea, 2 of the Loki mechs, and the other 2 Loki mechs.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be about the most enemies that you ever have to deal with at any one time, if only because it takes a bit to roll initiative for all of them and keep it all set. But anyway, so just to reset the scene for you, because there was a lot of talking there. You have a warehouse in front of you. The catwalk and the doors set up about 30 meters to the back. So you don't have the whole room to play with. You have 30 deep by 60 across. There are some crates set up at random places. We're doing theater of the mind here, so I obviously can't tell you specifically where they are because that would get fucking wild. Warehouse, 30 meters back. At the top of a catwalk is an Eclipse mercenary, who you can guess is an engineer because he just summoned a bunch of robots. Coming through the door underneath that catwalk are 4 Loki mechs and 2 Fenris mechs. Those are the little dog ones. And the Loki mechs are just the dumb ones that walk and then you shoot their heads off and they go pow. So that is what you have to contend with. 7 enemies. 4 of you.
Got it.
I did my math right.
I can't do math.
That's
I
fair.
think that didn't count.
I told you, I'm the token straight. I'm here for math. Anyway, Alomi, you are up first.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. I need to review all of my things.
Yes.
This would be a good time to inform our viewers that we are starting at level 5, which means we have a lot of stuff to choose from.
Yes, I like to start all of my campaigns at level 5 because level 1 is hella squishy, and the lowest damage that a gun does in this is 2d4. So a level 1 character is going to be dead, like hella dead. So 5 is good.
Question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as with all Pathfinder / D&D, level 1 characters, they can all be killed by sufficiently determined kittens.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Level 5 characters can be killed by this specific encounter, but not you guys.
Can you please identify where all the enemies are, like ranges and everything?
Yes. Currently, at this moment, everyone is about 30 meters away from you. The Loki and Fenrir mechs have just started to come through the door. They were basically summoned, and then they are through the door, and then top of the initiative order. So they are technically not moving right now. The engineer is at the top of a catwalk, 30 meters back from you.
Okay. Is there a way onto the catwalk?
Yes. At the far, so from where you guys are coming to the door, on the left side of the room, there's a set of stairs up onto the catwalk. But it is, again, 30 meters away from you.
Okay. That is helpful. I'm trying to figure out what ranges are for certain things.
That's
like
fair.
what is my range for charge? Charge ignores half cover. That's somewhat helpful. I don't know. Okay. And there's cover.
Yes.
Okay, so Alomi is going to take cover.
Okay.
And then they're going to use their ballistic blades targeted at the engineer. I think that should be within range.
Okay, what is the range on your ballistic blades?
Excellent question. Guess what's not here? It just says make a ranged weapon attack.
Hold on.
So would it not be the same as, say, a pistol range?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Ballistic blades has a range of 30 feet,
Well,
which is 10 meters.
and they're 30 meters?
They are 30 meters
Oh,
away.
well, that's... See, I don't like using meters.
Yes.
This is frustrating.
Sorry, I can switch it over to feet for you. They are 90 feet away.
Okay, that's very far away.
Yes. You also fight a lot with guns, which have a much larger range than a lot of these things. The ranges you'll be dealing with in this are going to be much, much bigger than in a lot of D&D things because you don't spend a lot of time in melee range.
Yeah, I don't like this because I am a melee person. So I don't like any of this. In that case, I'm going to target the engineer still with my acolyte.
Okay.
Damage done by this weapon cannot be reduced by using barrier ticks because it deals force.
Yes, it deals force damage, so it bypasses barriers.
Use a bonus action to charge the weapon before firing, consuming 2 heat. Do I have to worry about heat?
Yes, you do. If you
Okay.
fire it 6 times or 3 times charged, you will have to spend an action to reload. You
Okay.
don't have to worry about heat clips, but you do have to worry about heat. That's the number of times you can fire before you have to reload.
Okay. I am going to take a bonus action to charge.
Okay.
Fire. So that is a d20 plus what?
It is plus your dexterity,
Okay.
plus your proficiency. So
Doesn't need to
it
do
is
them.
d20 plus 6.
Okay.
Yes.
That that's a 9.
That's a 9 plus 6.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 9 plus 6 is 15.
No, that's a 9.
Oh, 9 total. Oh, 9 total. Oh, are you behind cover at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so you swing up from behind cover. You fire a shot off at the engineer. It goes a bit wide, and you slip yourself back behind cover.
I get an extra attack. I'm gonna try this again.
Okay,
You're in jail. Betrayed me.
Trail.
Okay, that is 8 plus 6, 14.
Okay, that hits.
All right.
Okay,
Fuck you.
roll damage.
It's 2d6. Nice. That is 9.
Okay. It's actually more because you add. I should know these things.
Oh, sorry. I took the notes straight from the book, but they apparently weren't good. Damage done by this weapon cannot be reduced by barrier ticks. Use a bonus action to charge the weapon before firing, consuming 2 heat. On a hit, it deals an additional 2d6 force damage. So that was my additional damage. So what's the damage that I deal?
You deal 3. You
there it is.
deal 2d6 damage. Okay, no, we don't add modifiers to this damage. It's just your 2 attack is 6. Okay, so you dealt 9 damage to the engineer.
But I do one more because it's an additional 2d6 because I charged,
roll
right?
1 more d6.
So that is 12.
Okay, we have 12 total. Okay.
This is a learning process.
Yep. Thank you for bearing with us as we all learn a little bit more about this system.
So I get to be the first person to deal a ranged
Yep.
attack when that is not
Chosen
my
one.
thing.
Yep. Okay. The engineer is going to, as a reaction, activate his tech armor, which is going to. So you see, the engineer takes this hit from this acolyte pistol, deals very cool force damage, rocks back a little bit, types something into his Omni tool, and this shimmering yellow armor pops up around him, which does stuff that you don't know what it does. Shush.
I feel like I do know what it does.
Actually, what player tech armor does and what enemy tech armor does is technically a different thing. But it's armor.
Before we move on to Sergal, I have now spent 4 heat because I have only spent 2 heat.
You have spent 2 heat. Yes.
Sorry, this is confusing. I've spent 2 heat.
Yes.
Now on my next round, does it reset up to 6?
No.
How does it go?
Your
back?
heat is your ammo. You would have to eject a heat sink.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Mhm.
And that would be like a bonus action.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. I am on board.
Yep. So your heat is your ammo, basically. You have unlimited heat sinks. It's like having arrows in D&D. I am going to, however, make you deal with reloading, if only because guns reload. It's a thing that they have to do, and I will at least make you contend with that. So your heat is the number of shots you can take before you got to reload. Next up is Sergal. You got 4 robots that are in a line walking towards you, 2 Fenris mechs that are starting to come around the outside edges of the room, and an engineer who just got shot and then activated his tech armor.
I am also going to do that thing.
Okay.
So I will activate my tech armor, and that creates, of course, a kinetic barrier with additional hit points equal to the sum of my sentinel level and my power casting modifier multiplied by 2. So,
Okay. Yep. Calculate whatever things you have to calculate. Is activating your tech armor an action or a bonus action? I
So
believe it's a bonus action or reaction that you can do.
I think it's a bonus action.
Okay, which means that you still have a move action and an action.
So I'm going to try and get closer to the robotic elements of this fight.
Okay.
And then use my action to overload them.
Okay. You can move 30 feet forward, which puts them in range of 60 feet. You can see 2 Loki mechs and 1 Fenrir mech.
Okay. So each creature within 4 meters must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes force damage equal to the remaining hit points of your tech armor or half as much on a successful one.
So are you using the ability overload or are you overloading your tech armor?
I'm overloading my tech armor.
You cannot get close enough for that.
Okay. Well, then I will keep going until I can get close enough for that.
Okay, well, you can only move...
no, I know. I meant like, that is
okay.
my idea.
Okay.
I'm going that
okay.
direction.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so you charge 30 feet forward. You are now within 60 feet of all of your robots with your tech armor active. Next up is the engineer. And what the engineer is going to do is... it's going to cast Incinerate on Sirgul, who's decided to move closer.
That's fine.
I will now just find what Incinerate does because I have made a list of all of these powers in here. Oof. It's going to be a nasty one. So I'm going to roll to hit.
Okay.
What do I roll to hit? Okay. You actually... No, I roll. I rolled a 16. Does that hit your AC?
That hits.
Okay. You take, and I am sorry to tell you this, 4d10.
Okay. Do you want me to roll those 4d10?
No, I will roll that damage. 11, and you take 21 points of fire damage, and you are technically primed for fire.
That's fine. That barely took out my tech armor.
That's fair. And that is going to be the engineer's turn. He's not going to move from the catwalk. He's going to stay up there. He's just cast his big gun at...
Sorry, it didn't even take out my tech armor. I still have 3 points of tech armor on that.
That's fair. He just pulled out his big gun at Sirgul and apparently did nothing, which doesn't feel great, but he's a hologram and he doesn't react to the fact that his big gun did nothing. It's Aviva's turn. You're muted.
Sorry, I type loud, so I muted. Okay. So I want to cast Incinerate on the engineer.
Okay.
What goes around comes around.
Agreed.
That's fair. The range on Incinerate is 120 feet, so he is well within range.
Yes.
You have line of sight, so you just roll to hit.
Well,
yes,
I've rolled
a ranged
a 2.
You rolled a 2?
I've rolled a 2.
So that does not.
That does not hit.
That does not do, no. Mark off one of your tech points. You've spent one of them. And you hold out your hand and your Omni tool flashes into life around it, and you fire off this hard light projection full of napalm, and it splashes against the wall next to the engineer, and it does nothing.
Batting 1,000 today, we are.
The 2 Fenris mechs are going to run along the outside edges of the room, heading for the party members in the back. They're going to take a full dash action, which is going to get them 70 feet across the room, putting them within 20 feet of you. They start to come in towards the center, towards the door, towards the people who haven't really moved beyond the initial door. They cannot get to you yet, but they will get to you next turn. And now it is Galatea's turn. There are 2 dog robots coming towards you, 4 Loki mechs, and an engineer. You cannot see all 4 Loki mechs.
Cool. So for the first thing I'll do is take cover.
Okay, cool. You take cover.
And then these are definitely medium threat. So I think I'm gonna take my X5 Ghost rifle and just go pew pew at one of the doggo robots.
Okay, you're just gonna shoot at one of the dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit.
Hey, natty 20.
Okay, you crit. So take your damage and roll it twice.
My damage.
Yeah, the damage that you roll for your gun, for your shooty boy, and you roll that damage twice. I assume you're using your Cerberus Harrier.
I'm using the Ghost rifle. The X5 Ghost.
Oh, okay. Oh, the X5 Ghost. Okay, so roll 4d4.
Yep. 13.
Okay, you deal 13 damage to one of the doggo boys. Okay. He took a good hit. He does not look happy about that particular hit that he took. I mean, he's a robot, so he just still looks like a robot, actually. His expression doesn't change at all because he's both a robot and a hologram, and he's incapable of expressing emotion. He's dead inside, but he's not dead outside. Now we've got our 4 Loki mechs. They are going to just start walking across the room. They have a movement speed of 20, and they are one is going to take a shot at each of you. So let me just find their stat block. Okay, how much am I rolling to hit? Okay. First one for Alomi. That is 10.
No.
Aviva, also a 10. A net 1. And a 19 on Sirgal.
I mean, that obviously hits, but
Yeah, so one of them rolled a nat 1. He just falls over on his face. He's prone now.
nice.
Yep. And then he's going to shoot with his M4 Predator. It doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, so this shouldn't be. He does 3 damage.
That knocked my shield out.
That takes out the rest of. Does that take out your tech armor or your shields?
Sorry, my tech armor. That's it.
Okay, because you still have shields on top of that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, our Loki mechs have gone. We're back up to the top of the order with our lovely Alomi Druis.
Okay, I thought I was going to have a little more time to plan.
Thank you all for bearing with me as we get used to the system. This is the tutorial level.
Okay.
We're all learning.
First, I'm going to use my Kawashi visor.
Okay.
Which means that I choose one creature within 30 meters. For the next minute, I deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever I hit it with a weapon attack.
Okay.
I think I can then also use raw agility. It's not described as a bonus action. It's a move action. Your reflexes and agility allow you to move with a burst of speed. When you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 meters on one of your turns.
Yeah, that's just a racial thing. You can just do that.
And my speed is already 12 meters, so I can move 24.
Yes, 24 meters, which is 72 feet.
Okay, so I would like to move that far up.
Okay.
To cover. Is that possible?
Yes, that is absolutely possible. You can move 72 feet up to cover. There are within range. There is within range of your melee weapons. There is a Loki mech, but there's the engineer is well within range of your gun.
Okay, Does that put him in range of my ballistic blades?
Yes, it does. Your ballistic blades are a range of 30 feet, and you are now within
Like
18
10.
feet of him.
Yeah.
So yes, you can definitely hit him with your ballistic blades.
Great.
Um,
So I am going to fire a salvo of blades at the target or creature or object I can see within range. Make a ranged weapon attack. You add your proficiency bonus to this roll. On a hit, target takes 2d12 piercing damage.
okay, yeah. The damages that these things do in this system is insane. Ballistic blade is a cantrip that deals 2d12.
So that is
Damn.
d20 plus 6 for attack.
Yes.
And then if I hit, that'll be 2d12 plus 1d6 for my Kawashi.
That is correct.
Great. Making sure I understand all the rules.
Yes.
Excellent. I rolled an 18.
Okay, so you rolled an 18 plus 6, you rolled a 24. His AC is 14, just so that everyone knows at this point.
I get to fuck him up.
You get to fuck him up.
Yay!
Yep, roll 2d12 and 1d6.
Give me something good. I got a 10, a 2, and a 3.
Okay, so 15 damage. Number at all.
Get wrecked.
Math, subtracting is so hard.
get
Why
another
did
attack,
I do this to myself? Yes, you do. You get it.
So for my other attack, you said that there was a Loki mech in range.
There is a Loki mech in range. He's in melee range.
I'm thinking you might do a biotic punch.
All right. Hell yeah, biotic punch that boy.
Increase the mass of your fist and strike at a target. Make a melee power attack on a target or creature or object within range. On a hit, deal 1d8 bludgeoning damage. If you have an active barrier, regain 2 barrier ticks. I do not have an active barrier. So I roll d20 plus 6.
D20 plus 6. Yep, plus it's plus your spell attack, which also happens to be 6.
Yeah, okay, great. Making sure.
Yep. He has an AC of 10.
Okay. Yep, I hit it. I
Okay.
rolled an 11. So that is 1d8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Oh, that was only 2.
Okay. And you hit one of the Loki mechs.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it
Figure
Loki.
I'm right
we'll call
here,
it
so
Loki
might
mech
as well.
number 1. Okay. He doesn't. It is a relatively light hit. So he takes the hit. Doesn't do super much. Sirgul, you are now going. What you can do is because if you just run your regular movement, you will still. I think you might be barely in range of one of the Loki mechs, but you can take a dash action that'll double your movement.
It doesn't matter as much now because I don't have the tech armor to overload because they took it out.
Oh, that's fair.
So-
Yeah.
If I could have gotten within range of them, within range of more of them, I would take that, but I need the bonus action to re-up it for my second charge, and then I need to get in range, and then I need to overload it. So like all 3 of
That's
those
fair.
things have to happen.
If you move your regular speed, you're well within range of like any of your tech powers or your weapons of 2 Loki mechs and the engineer. The Fenrir mech has moved just past you. It has ignored you entirely.
Which is fine. So I think I'm going to actually use the power overload at this point.
Okay.
And so this is a dex save for
Okay.
whatever thing you want to make me hit.
Well,
On
no.
this?
You tell me what you want to hit. You have options are 2 Loki mechs that you can see. The rest are behind cover. They're blocked by crates. Or you can hit the engineer. I would recommend hitting the robots because as they are synthetic, they take double damage from lightning.
Yeah, so we'll pick one of the Loki mechs.
Okay.
And the dexterity save for this is
It's your spell save DC next to your spell attack modifier.
okay. 13.
Okay. I rolled a 15,
Okay,
which
so
I
you-
still take half damage. So roll.
normal damage.
I take normal damage. So roll your damage.
It is 3d6.
For Miss Loki number 3.
That was lovely. That's 14 points of damage.
Okay, that is a big meaty hit. He is not looking good. One of his arms blows up.
You, and I don't know if I'm close to cover, if that's still part of my action, but I'll probably duck behind cover if I can. And if I can't, I'll stand there.
No, yeah, you can. You ran forward into cover.
Okay.
Yep. So now you have your back to cover, and Alomi is behind cover. So if anyone tries to, or if the engineer tries to shoot at you, then you have a +2 to your AC because you are in half cover. And that is actually what the engineer is going to do. He is going to shoot at Alomi Druis with his M6 Carnifex pistol. So he rolls a d20.
That's very homophobic.
3. He rolls a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That hits, and that is 1d8 plus 1 piercing damage for a total of 3. You take 3 damage, which
Wow.
takes out 3 of your shield. It doesn't even hit your hit points yet.
Oh, okay.
Always take from your shields first. That is temp HP, for lack of a better term, that you just have at the start of pretty much every fight, unless you do something really stupid.
Okay.
So next up is Aviva, because only Vanguard and Soldier get more than 1 attack per turn ever. So the engineer did that. He dealt 3 damage.
Oh. Sorry, I clicked something weird. I want to use cunning action to dash closer to the engineer and into cover.
Okay.
And then I also, since cunning action is a bonus action, I want to use the Nightshade Blade cantrip on the engineer.
Okay, yeah. Smart to not use that on the robots. And once we're done with this particular round of combat, we can take a quick break if anyone needs it. For like bathroom and stuff, because it's after 9. So
Is that a dex modifier for this one?
Yes.
it is
It's a ranged attack, so
yeah.
It's a con save though, so you're gonna need to know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you roll a ranged attack. So it's d20 plus your dex plus your proficiency.
Oh gosh, that's so much math. Okay. So 6 and 14 is what, 20?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so roll damage on the Nightshade Blades?
2d12.
2d12, and I roll a con save.
Both my 12s. Where's my other 12?
I pass my con save.
8 plus your proficiency.
Yeah, I
Or 8 plus.
18.
I rolled an 18. I take 18
Okay.
damage, and I rolled an 18 for my con save. So
Yeah.
whatever that was,
Yep.
the engineer does not take it. The 2 Fenris mechs finished their rush forward. Galatea and Aviva, y'all haven't. Have you moved? How far forward into the room have you moved?
I just moved 20 meters in.
You moved 20 meters total, or just in that first? Can you move 20?
I used dash.
You used, oh, that's right, you used cunning action dash. Okay, so both of the Fenrir mechs are rushing for Galatea, because you're the only one who hasn't moved.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I only moved far enough to get into cover.
Yeah, so they're rushing around your cover from either side, and they're both gonna make a shocking grasp attack on your robot body.
Oh no.
I know, I'm sorry.
I mean, they are the medic, so, you know.
So shocking grasp. Let me find my powers. Shocking grasp is a melee power attack, so I rolled a 6 for one of them, and I rolled a 19 for the other one.
The second one will land.
Okay, you need to make a Constitution saving throw. You have to beat a. Hold on while I just find these boys.
What is my con?
You have to beat a 12.
Okay, yeah, that's an 18.
Okay, so you're not stunned, but you do take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So here's how this works. You have shields up. Lightning
Yes.
damage. Oh, you're also a robot, so it's just double all across. So 6 is it doubled, or
Okay.
8 was it? Because it was 1d6 plus 2 was the damage for their power casting. You take it's 8 off of your shields. That's all we have to worry about here. Shields take double damage to lightning, but so do robots. So you're the only one who I don't have to worry about weird math with. You just take double all across the board. It gets weird for the fleshies, but you just 8 off your shields. Nice and simple. Galatea, now it is your turn. There are 2 Fenris mechs that are just right up on you. They're cute dogs that tried to kill you.
Are there any penalties for trying to like fire them point blank or?
Yes, you take disadvantage on any gun attacks made within melee range.
Okay.
Unless you're me.
Yes, unless you have that particular fighting style, which only Alomi has. Because only Alomi gets fighting styles. You can cast powers without penalties in range. Anything that requires a saving throw from us, from me, I don't know why I said us, is fine. Or you can step out of melee range, but that would provoke attacks of opportunities. I don't think D&D still has a 5-foot step rule like Pathfinder used to have.
Yeah, I don't believe so. Am I able to disengage as an action? Or
yes, you can take
is it
disengage as a bonus action, which allows you to step away without provoking an attack of opportunity, but that is your bonus action.
Yeah, I will take that as my bonus action and then get as far away from them into cover as I can.
Okay, yeah, you disengage, and then you can move your movement. Are you moving forward deeper into the room? If you move deeper into the room, the dogs will be behind you, and while your cover will protect you from the Loki mechs and the engineer, it will not protect you from the dogs. The dogs are now behind all of you, so your cover is useless against them.
Yeah, I think I will move forward into cover.
Okay.
And then do I have my action remaining?
You disengage, which is your bonus, and you took a standard move action, so you do still have your attack.
I will take a pot shot of the one I wounded earlier, so at least we'll down one out of the way.
The Loki mech that you attacked earlier?
The Fenrir mech that I attacked earlier.
Okay, I got it. Okay, roll to hit. You have to beat a 14.
Math. Okay, yeah, 16.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him. Roll your damage. This is still your X5 ghost?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's 5 damage.
Okay, so that's also 2 heat marked off of that. Make sure that you're keeping track of that. You should still have a few shots left, but okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, the Loki mechs are going to take shots at all of you. You're all in cover, so 2 is added to your AC. Keep track of that. They're all just gonna, same thing, 1 shot at each of you. That is an 11 for Aviva. That is an 18 for Alomi.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Does not hit.
You take 2 damage. That is nat 20 against
It was a boots.
Galatea.
It can be me if you want it to be.
I flipped a coin because I hadn't decided yet. The coin is spoken. Instead, it was nat 20 against Galatea. You still only take 1d4 doubled. So you take, I shit you not, 3 damage off of a crit because they're using an M4 Predator, which suck. And then a 5 against Sirgul.
No.
So that
not
was
even
all of
close.
our Loki mechs. We're back at the top of the order. We're going to take a brief 10-minute break for water, for bathroom, for, just blah.
Mhm.
See ya.
From the depths of Lake Huron, a lady appeared and left behind a glowing portal. To what end, we know not. Our kingdom still echoes with summer in the right light. in the right space, but now something has changed. I am Ondine, and on behalf of Queen Laurel, I welcome you to the kingdom of Northern Ice. May your imagination guide you to the answers you seek. Watch for our cast announcement coming soon. Follow along with us at Arc of the Dragon on Twitter. Deep Magic, coming soon to twitch.tv/Archives of the Dragon. The city has gotten too crowded, and now there's only one way out. Follow the highway north, on past Barry, all the way to Sudbury, but stay on the lighted path. Never go beyond the Kine and their settlements, because out there, well, that's lupine territory, and they don't like us much. But whatever's in Sudbury, whatever's there, has pushed them out. And now, it's our turn. Not all darknesses are the same, and not all things frighten all people. You never know what's behind closed doors, or what secrets you may find. And who knows, if we're very lucky, the clouds may part and we'll see the stars. Coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. to Archives of the Dragon.
We picked up these four in Andromeda. You should see their service records. Dambra Sergal, aka The Experiment. Since arriving in Andromeda, they've been on a rampage across the galaxy in a quest for extreme thrills and science. Aviva Nar Vera, exile, thief, wanted on over a dozen counts of sneaking.
What the hell?
Alumi Driss has been traveling recently as Aviva Nar Vera's personal distraction / battering ram. Project 64144734, also known as Galatea.
Who called her that?
Herself, mostly. They're wanted largely on charges of tinkering, tailoring, and surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
They call themselves the Trailblazers.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Hello, everyone, and we are back in our combat at the top of the order with the incomparable, phenomenal, beautiful Lomidros.
Dang. Lomi got a lot of compliments.
I just love my wife.
I didn't know you were married to a Lomi Joes.
Yep.
Okay, so I am now within charging range,
You are.
especially since now I remember I have Biotic Bull Rush, which means the distance of charge is now 20 meters. When you use your action to cast charge, you may use a bonus action to shove or make one weapon attack against the target. You gain +5 to the attack's damage roll, or shove the target 6 meters. So I am going to make a charge attack and then use the bonus to make a weapon attack, and I think that's going to be an Omni Blade attack.
Yeah. At level 5, or whatever level Biotic Bull Rush kicks off, I think was level 5, Vanguard gets nasty. You
Very
can charge
nasty.
60 meters and make 3 attacks after hitting with charge,
Well,
including hitting with charge.
yeah. So I roll a d20, I add 6 because that's my spellcasting modifier.
Yes.
Oh no, I rolled a 2. There's no way that hit.
No.
But fortunately, I do have an extra attack, so I'm just gonna try again. But not with this one. You're in jail now.
Sorry.
Was it good? It was a 20.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So first we see Alomi get ready to charge, and it's just like, oh no, I got the angle wrong. It's like stops, resets, and then just bright, furious blue starts glowing around their fists, and then just, well, let's see what it does. You double your damage, and then you still get one other attack at the back end of this, which is
Yay.
+5. You just don't then get that third.
That's fine. So that is, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That is 2d10 force damage.
Which is 2d10 the damage for charge?
Yeah.
So it's 4d10.
Okay, I thought you would just double whatever I roll.
Which one is easier for you guys? Roll.
Double.
I would prefer to double whatever
Okay.
I roll.
Okay, we'll roll damage once and then double it. All right, cool. Rule established.
That is a 9 plus a 7. So
Okay,
that's
so
16 times 2.
16 times 2, you deal 32 damage to this engineer who had 20 hit points left.
Goodbye.
So we're just going to say that you shoved him and he flies back against the wall so hard that he bounced and just disintegrates into flecks of fracturing hard light crystals, and he is gone. The robots are still here, though. They have not stopped because the engineer just summoned them. He is not controlling them now. They are robots. So,
I still wanted to get rid of him first.
What?
I still wanted to get rid of him first.
no, that's fair. I'm just letting you know that the robots have not stopped doing things, but the engineer is, and your biggest threat is dead.
Great. I still get my weapon attack.
You do still get your weapon attack, and the robots have no cover from you because you have a height advantage now, being on top of the catwalk.
Excellent.
Turn on
You
the
can hit,
catwalk.
you can hit one of 2 Loki mechs.
Now I get +5. Is that +5 already on top of my +6?
Yes, you have a +11 to hit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who is in the most danger at the moment?
Who is in the most danger of your?
Actually, is there someone threatening Aviva?
Yes, there is a Loki mech that will be taking a shot at her.
That's what I'm targeting.
Like soon, or when the turn comes up.
That's what I'm targeting.
Okay.
Don't fail me. I got another.
And another 20.
The chosen one.
Okay. Did you? You didn't have a bonus action to charge it, but you are doing, I assume, with your arc pistol.
Yeah,
You
with
were
my
doing
acolyte.
1d6, and then we'll double it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
It was a 3, so a total of
we
6.
dealt 6. That's pretty good. 3 of our 4 Loki mechs have been hit, and they've all been dealt pretty good. 22 minus 6 is 116. Okay. Alomi, and then it was the engineer. No, Sirgul.
Circle is
Circle.
next.
Okay, so here is the map. You have run pretty far out into this room. There are 2 Fenris mechs back at the other end that are probably going to start charging back at you guys soon. The engineer just got savagely, just brutally annihilated by this unsuspecting Drell. Then there are still 4 Loki mechs. 2 that you can see, both of which have taken some damage. Neither one of them looks more hurt than the other. They're just 2 that you can easily see. They've taken some damage.
Okay. Is it my turn at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to target the Loki mech that I hit previously. Just going to keep going
Okay.
on that because let's get single focused with our science here.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to use my throw cantrip. So it's a ranged attack for me.
Okay.
And it is force damage.
Okay. You beat a 10 and you've hit it.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 17 to start with, so whatever my mod is.
You hit it. Loki mechs have garbage AC. They're literally mooks. They are the mookiest mook to ever mook.
And so then I rolled 2d8.
That should be our ship name.
Of force damage here.
What was that? Just roll it and tell me the damage.
8 points of damage.
Okay. Is there any effect to throw? Like, does it not?
Yes.
Does it literally throw them? Okay.
Yes, it's so if the it takes force damage equal to mine, and then if it's medium or smaller, it's pushed backwards 12 meters.
12 meters?
Yep.
It flies back 36 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It flies back 36. Does it say anything about taking damage if it hits something?
No, I think it's
Okay.
more of that it hits something and takes the damage.
Okay. Let me just. Well, it flies back and it flies back 36 feet and it hits a wall and it takes an additional 3 damage. It looks real bad. It has no arms left. Its arms are gone. Because that's what Loki mechs do is they take damage. They just lose body parts because I always shoot them.
And Sergal's like, look, I've invented a sports game, Robot Ball.
There actually is a game in the Mass Effect canon called Biotic Ball, I believe. You were just talking about it the other day.
Yep. Biatiball.
Biatiball.
It's basically basketball.
Okay.
I thought it might be volleyball.
You,
It shows where my priorities are.
yeah.
What is
Sergal
basketball
just
if not
went.
volleyball with more nets?
The engineer is
Yes.
deader than he could ever possibly be. So Aviva, you are up. You have moved 60 feet into the room, into cover. There are 2 Loki mechs nearby. One, actually no, there's only 1 Loki mech nearby because Sergal just sent one flying 36 feet away. So there's 1 Loki mech nearby that looks. It looks pretty badly hurt. It looks like you could probably kill it this turn if you rolled well enough. It looks like the type of thing that you might want to test out your tactical cloak on, maybe for funsies.
I guess I could do tactical cloak and then do a sneak attack.
Yeah, let's see how sneak attack works.
Because if I do that, then I can do 3d8 with my melee weapon.
Hell yes.
Will get me close enough.
I mean, that's more than enough damage to kill this thing, but let's just test out our powers. So you do you say anything when you cloak like Kasumi Goto does, or do you just do it? You just do it.
That defeats the purpose.
It's
If I
like
tell you I'm going invisible, you now know that I'm invisible.
It's like Argonaut King shouting sneak attack every time he tries to sneak attack. For our Adventure Zone fans out there. Okay, so you type out a quick command in your Omni tool and you just fade away into the shadow. Sneak around behind this Loki mech, and then you roll to hit. Beat a 10.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah. Yeah, you hit it. You hit it real good. Roll your damage. You almost. It would have been wild if you crit on this. If you roll more than.
Fantastic.
If you roll more than 8 damage, it dies.
So it's a 3d8. Are we doing the same roll 1?
No, this isn't like roll. You roll 3d8. This is different than crit, where we roll the attack damage and then double
No, so if I do a sneak attack, I get 3d8.
Yes.
Yeah.
So roll. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have 3d8, so I'm gonna go to Google and fake it. I only have.
That's fair. I believe 3d8 is just your sneak attack damage. That's not counting your weapon damage.
No, that's the damage for specifically my Omni tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. We wrote down both on your sheet, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
roll your 3d8.
It's an 18.
It's dead. It had 8. It had 8 hit points. You overkill it. You come up behind it. You stab your Omni tool up through what would be the C1 and C2 vertebrae on an organic, and its head explodes. Actually, this is a thing that Loki mechs do. They explode. So this is a thing that we're going to have to now roll for. Post-mortem explosion. You have to make a dexterity saving throw. Beat a DC 10.
DC, where's my 10?
Yes, Loki mechs have post-mortem explosion. Everything within 5 feet of it, when it reaches 0 XP, makes a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, which is only a Viva.
Okay.
So roll a D20 and beat a 10.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
Got a 16.
Okay, yeah.
For an actual D10,
you do still take 3 damage because it's a saving throw, so you now take half. So you take 3 thunder damage, which just it takes out 3 of your shields.
Okay.
So now one of our Loki mechs is gone.
Where are we in terms of enemies left? Engineer is out.
The engineer is gone. One of the Loki mechs is gone. All of our Fenris mechs are still here. I'm tracking it on here, so you don't have to worry about it up on the chat. I know who I have to skip. It is the Fenris mech's turn.
I wasn't worried about you. I was worried about us
No,
being
that's
able
fair.
to keep track.
That's fair. The engineer is gone, and one of the Loki mechs is gone. It's now the Fenris mech's turns, and they're going to charge forward, and one of them is going to. You're now out of cloak. Shirgal, Alomi is well out of range. So the Fenris mechs are going to take a dash action. One of them is going to run back at Galatea, and the other is going to run at Aviva. They're going to be able to get to you because their dash lets them move now 70 feet, but they now don't have the ability to attack you because dash used both their move and their action because they don't have it as a bonus action like the rogues do. And that's going to be the Fenris mechs. They're just going to move up to you guys. Galatea, there is now another. The dog's back. It's back. It's right up in you. It's right up in you. You can see 2 Loki mechs in gun range, and there's a dog just apparently just loves you. It wants to be your pet.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
All right, I will rinse and repeat, disengaging and moving as far into cover as I can.
Okay. I mean, you are already like 6 feet, so you're basically at the other end of the room now.
That's fine.
In cover. So now you are in cover from the dogs and the Loki mech because you've moved just past all of them. And now you can still see all the same enemies.
Is the big boy still up?
The engineer is dead. You also couldn't hit him from where you are. You are like directly underneath where he was.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was a Ymir mech for some reason.
What's that?
I thought there was a Ymir mech for some reason.
Oh god, no. Ymir mech is challenge rating 11.
Oh my.
It starts off with like
Fitting.
150 HP and can deal like 2d12 per attack.
Gross.
Yeah, it also then has like 25 shields. No, a Ymir mech would wreck you. All of you.
It'd be like that.
I thought about it. I seriously thought about putting one in. If y'all just sort of ran house on these mooks, I was gonna bring one in, but no, this is fine. We're good here.
All right. I think from cover, I'm gonna just toss a casual overload at the Loki mech still standing.
Okay. One of them, actually, one is completely untouched, and one has taken a tiny bit of damage. Which one do you go for?
Uh, you know what? I'll go for the one that hasn't gotten popped yet.
Okay. I believe overload is you roll to hit, not I roll to save.
That would make sense.
Okay. Beat a 10. Do it. Do it, you coward.
That's like 26.
What? Oh, God.
Nice.
Yeah, you hit. His AC is 10. You monster.
I'm not
Wait,
apologizing.
did you roll a nat 20?
No, I got an 18, but I have a high spell attack.
Oh wow, you have a +8 to spell attack? That's right, because your intelligence
really
is
smart.
5. That's right. Your intelligence cannot get any higher. I hope that you know that. 20 is the max for player character stats. I've gone beyond that before, and it makes characters way too powerful.
Are you suggesting I can't be a weapon to surpass Metal Gear?
Yes, you cannot get any smarter than this. You are capped.
I'm capped at Smartitude.
You are capped at Smartitude with a modifier of +5. You monster, roll damage.
Oh, what is the damage for this?
3d6.
I just have that it's lightning damage.
It's 3d6.
What is the damage?
What's that?
Sorry?
It should be 3d6. I used this a minute ago, didn't I? And it was 3d6 for me.
I believe you did. Overload is 3d6 lightning damage. Oh, sorry, it is a saving throw.
Yeah,
I make a dex save. I'm sorry. That is what is your spell save DC?
16.
I don't save. Roll your damage now.
Math 9.
Okay. It takes 18 damage because it is a robot. It is now primed for lightning. It will remain primed until the end of your next turn.
Pew pew.
Okay. It looks very, very hurt. Very, 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 very hurt. And it is primed for lightning. So if anyone has a power that says detonates next to it, it'll explode real nice. Next, it is the Loki mechs. There are 3 of them left. One is going to take a shot at Galatea because they just did horrible, mean things to them. That is not going to do it. That's not going to be an 11. One is going to take a shot at Sirgal, and they crit.
Okay.
So you are going to take 9 damage. I rolled max damage on that. And one is going to take a shot at Aviva, who's still in cover. So that is a 15.
So that's what
That's your AC normally, but you're in
Yeah.
half cover, so your AC is now 7.
so then it doesn't hit.
Yeah, so half cover grants you a +2 to your AC, which anyone who is behind a crate currently has.
Awesome.
Okay, so yeah, that is the Loki mechs. We're back up to the top of the order with Alomi. Alomi, you are at the top of the catwalk. There are 3 Loki mechs. You can see everything from up here. You can see 3 Loki mechs and 2 Fenrir mechs, and you have clean lines of sight on all of them.
Okay. So I can't do a shockwave from up here, can I?
Shockwave technically goes along the line of the ground from you, so it would, no, it would not hit any of them. You are 10 feet up in the air.
Okay, so I didn't use my move action last round, which means that my agility movement does reset. Can I use that to get like back down towards the fight?
I mean, you don't have to like go to the stairs. You can jump down.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have slow fall.
Yeah. Also, you're only 10 feet up. Like you can just make an acrobatics check.
Okay, so I'll jump down. I'll make an acrobatics check.
Okay, make a DC 10
Acrobatics.
acrobatics check to avoid taking
Oh,
damage.
good. I get a +6.
Oh no, you rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a nat 1.
Can you use slow fall as a reaction?
I mean, I don't think it is. When you were a creature within 12 meters of you falls, choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. create a negative mass effect field around each creature, slowing the rate of descent to 20 meters per round.
Okay. You take 4 points of falling damage as you
That's fine.
try and jump down and hit the ground.
That's fine. Is the Loki mech that's primed within range, or is it far away?
What? Oh, you're gonna shockwave it?
Yeah, let's go shockwave.
Yes, that is within
Great.
shockwave range.
I'm gonna shockwave that shit.
Okay.
Okay, so that means I create a cascading shockwave in a 2-meter wide by 12-meter long line originating from me. Each creature caught in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d6 force damage.
Okay, what is your spell save? I believe it's like a 14 or something.
Yes.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
So you take half.
I take half damage, and I am not knocked prone.
12 plus 5, 17 divided by 2.
Okay, 17 divided by 2 is going to be
It's gonna be 8 because it doesn't.
8
it rolls down.
damage, and then he had 4 HP left. Is there anyone? No one is next to that Loki mech, which is good because it explodes and would have dealt like 4d4 lightning damage to anyone within a 5-foot radius cube of it. But the shockwave hits it, sends it flying up into the air. There is a huge explosion of lightning, and it is dead.
Then there's 2 Loki mechs left, right?
There are 2 Loki mechs left. One that looks relatively and there's also still the 2 dog mechs.
Oh, that's right.
One Loki mech looks relatively untouched. One looks on death's door. One of the Fenrir mechs looks to be about.
How close are the Fenrir mechs together? Because they were running to.
They split themselves back
They
up to go towards Aviva and Galatea, so they are not within.
Because I have my bonus.
They are
not my bonus, my extra.
They are within 15 feet of each other.
That's fine because I have 4 meters, so 4 meters is
12.
12.
That's 12
close.
feet.
Okay. I'm going to charge the Fenrir mech that's meh.
Okay. Charge is you roll to hit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So that is 11 plus 6, 17.
That hits.
Great. Then that is 2d10 force damage.
I make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being knocked
That
prone.
is a 6 and a 9.
I
So 15.
to hit 15 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, this Fenrir mech looks very, 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 very hurt, and has been knocked prone. You just hit a dog real hard. And
I
knocked
do
it to
get
the
a
ground.
bonus to just like.
You do get a bonus. So roll your attack plus 11 against this dog that's lying on the ground, you monster. What
That's
did
a
you roll?
21.
You rolled a 20. Okay. All right. So you only rolled a 10, which wouldn't have hit it. Actually, would have on your regular attack modifier because AC is 14, but you have a plus 11 because you're a monster. I married a monster, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna hit it with my Omni Blade.
Yeah, I mean, roll your damage. You might not kill it. It's possible that you might not kill it.
It's a 1d8 slash.
Yeah, if you roll minimum damage, it survives.
I rolled 2.
Okay, that's exactly how much it had left. The
Bye.
Fenris Fenrir mechs, they are Fenris mechs. But yeah, so it is Sirgal's turn left. There are 2 Loki mechs, one that you punched into a wall with your biotics that has no arms and is just like
Yep.
Black Knight at the poor
robot about to short circuit. One Loki mech that you can't really see from where you are is hale and hearty, and a Fenris mech that no one has touched yet. It is the luckiest dog in the world. And if it was a real dog and not a hologram, I would recommend just adopting it. But it's a hologram, and so you can't. You get nothing, you monsters. Circle, what would you like to do to my poor baby? My child that I birthed with my brain. What do you want to do to it?
I think I'm gonna leave the Fenris mech alone largely to get it out of the way. I was considering doing something I actually haven't done yet, which is gun.
I mean, this Loki mech.
Any of us gun?
I gun.
And Galatea
Okay.
gun. So just to let you know, this Loki mech has an AC of 10 and an HP of 3. So now's a good time to just experiment with gun if you want, I guess.
That's what I thought. So I have a Cerberus Harrier, which is an assault rifle.
That's right. You have the Cerberus Harrier. Are you going to do? I think you have burst fire.
I do.
So if you do burst fire, I have to make a dexterity saving throw, and it covers, and it's an AOE effect now on your gun, or you just shoot it. Which do you want to do?
Well, it only has 3 hit points and it's 2d6, so I don't really need the burst fire currently.
Yeah, I mean, so burst fire just lets you hit multiple things.
Oh.
Burst fire just takes your gun and turns it into like a miniature fireball spell. And now I have to roll a dexterity saving throw. It's just a different way that you can use automatic guns, or you can just shoot it and then you make an attack roll.
Okay.
I just shoot it. I'm just giving you the options, which maybe you don't need right now.
I think I'm just gonna try gun first, and then we'll
Okay.
worry about fireball gun.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Fireball gun.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, you switch your Cerberus Harrier to semi-automatic, like a responsible Krogan. So a sentence that no one has ever said before in their entire life. But
Ketch is plenty responsible.
Roll to hit.
So that is a 12.
Yeah. I mean, is that 12 total, or did you roll 12?
It doesn't matter. That's the answer.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Its AC is 10. So roll your damage.
That's 7 damage.
Okay, it does. You
Also,
shoot its head off. It explodes. No one is within range, so we don't have to worry about the fact that it explodes. There is one Loki mech that looks relatively untouched. I believe it was one that Alomi biotic punched for 2 damage very early on in the fight, and a Fenris mech that no one's touched. It's just been running around trying to hit Galatea this whole time. Cyril just went. The engineer is dead. Aviva, it is your turn.
Can I?
That Fenris mech is actually right up on you in melee range. And then there's a Loki mech off somewhere that you can't see.
I kind of want to like roll to give it a treat now that you've talked about it being a good dog.
It's it's a hologram. 2, it's a robot that's been programmed only to kill you. Unless you want to try. If this was a real dog,
unless you want to reprogram it.
Well, it's a hologram. You can't. If this was a real robot dog, I'd say if you really want, roll a DC 20 hacking check or electronics check to like try and animal handling this dog, but it's a hologram. You literally cannot, it cannot leave this room. It only exists in this room. Outside of it, it is nothing. It returns to the void.
The look on Kesh's face, though, when we hacked the dog.
Yeah, and again, if this was not a hologram dog, I'd say go for it.
But it becomes like the Doctor in Voyager.
Is it? I'm gonna actually also try gun.
Okay. So
tried gun
you
yet.
are in melee range with this dog, which means that you have disadvantage on gun, or unless you use your cunning action to disengage as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Then you can just step. You can just step 5 feet away from it and gun. And
I would like to
fine
step 5
again.
feet away and then gun.
Cool. Okay, you disengage. You step 5 feet back. You're now out of cover, technically, but the only thing that is currently threatening you is a dog that cover doesn't apply to anyway. So shoot it. Shoot it, you monster.
All right. What
Beat a
is
four-
6, 13? Hold on. 6 and 8 is what?
6 and 8 is 14.
Okay, that's what
Which
we got.
is that is its AC.
Okay.
So roll damage.
Where is my? What is it? A D8? Yes. I'm not sneaking. 7.
Is the M11's oppressor a D8?
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
That's your Omni Blade. That's a
I got
D8.
confused.
You have the Aviva Narvira, for those listening along at home, has the M11 suppressor, the only gun in the entire Mass Effect franchise that has a suppressor on it, which is a fucking crime. It's the best gun. It's the best gun.
I hated using it in Citadel.
I love it. It's my favorite gun ever. I'll play Citadel first, not have a party with only 2 of my friends at it just so I can get that gun early. I won't. I need all of my friends to be there. I need validation. Amberly, what damage did you do?
A 4.
A 4. You dealt 4 damage to my beautiful dog boy. Okay. Next up is the beautiful dog boy, who's going to charge at you and make a shocking grasp with his face. Shocking grasp, usually something that you do with a hand. Grasp, right? Fenris mechs just get it as an innate ability. They channel electricity through their face and they slam their face into you. I love this game. It's so much fun. I roll to attack. I rolled a d20 plus 2. I rolled an 18.
I'm out of cover, so you hit.
Yes. Cover doesn't really work. Only works for guns anyway. I believe Shocking Grasp is only 1d6. Let me find my stat block for my dog boy. Shocking Grasp deals 1d6. Okay, so you're going to take 1d6 lightning damage, which is going to deal double damage to your shields.
Can I do Uncanny Dodge as a reaction?
I believe Uncanny Dodge is just something that... I think Uncanny Dodge is something that works for dexterity saving throws. Let me check.
Okay.
Rogues have bonkers but abilities.
Sorry. No, at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the damages attack against you. So yes, you can use Uncanny Dodge to, you have the damage. So your shields take 5 lightning damage. This attack would have taken out your shields entirely, but you somehow managed to dodge your shields. Let's not read too much into that, or whether or not that's actually in the rules. If it's not in the rules, I don't care. It is now. It is now. It's my table, our table. We do what we want. Hashtag Trailblazer. Galatea, you're up. You can see both enemies. The Loki mech is Galatea. There is a Loki mech that you can see. It is within 50 feet of you because it's been moving deeper into the room, and you went all the way to the other side of it.
Yeah, I'll just pop that one.
Okay, you're just gonna shoot it.
Yeah. I will use my special gun ability.
Okay. Which gun are you using? I think you have 2 guns, don't you?
I do. I'm still using the X5 Ghost.
Okay. Have you been tracking your heat on that? How much do you have left?
I have. After this one, I'll have 1 shot left.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit.
18 on the die again.
That hits.
Cool. And that's 4 damage.
Okay, you deal 4 damage to the Loki mech. He's still looking pretty good. It is now the Loki mech's turn. There's only one of him. He is going to... it's going to shoot Galatea. Going to turn around, start walking back towards you, and he rolls a 13.
Nope.
Okay, takes a shot at you with the M4 Predator, and it just goes wide. We're back up at the top of the order with Alomi. There are only 2 enemies left, a dog and a boy. A boy and his dog.
Question, is there anything that weighs, approximately 19 pounds that I can maybe launch across the room?
You know what? Because the point of this is to experiment with your powers. Yeah, there is a small, um, yeah, there's a small box. It's just a small box, um, just conveniently placed
Great.
for you to use.
What's the damage on? Like, who looks worse,
Um,
the boy or his dog?
the boy looks worse just
The
because
boy-
Loki mechs have,
Get some rest, you tall child.
yeah, Loki mechs have an average of.
Also,
Street
remember
The
smart.
boy has an average of 22 hit points. The dog has an average of 35. The boy's
Okay.
worse off right now.
All right, you were gonna say something, Spec?
Also, taking out the Loki mechs from a distance is the best thing we can do for those of us who have ranged powers, because then they can't damage us when they explode.
Technically, the Fenris mechs also explode, but y'all
We've
weren't
not
in
seen
range.
that, so
Y'all y'all weren't in range of the other Fenris mech, and also I forgot that it does that. But all robots explode when you kill them.
that's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to catapult that box at the Loki mech.
Including Galatea. What? Who said that?
The object flies in a straight line up to 40 meters in a direction I choose before falling to the ground.
Yeah,
It stops early if it impacts against a solid surface.
it will do that.
If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the object strikes.
I rolled a 2. I get
you,
hit.
you,
I
yeah,
get
you fucked up.
Hurt.
You fucked up. That's 3d10.
Hold on, let me see what my dexterity modifier is. Maybe I can still save.
See, that is a 2.
My dexterity modifier is 1. I got a 3.
That is 18 damage.
Take 18 damage. He dead. The Loki mech gets hit by a box. It takes his head clean off. The whole robot body just like does like a marionette, like horrible, like your first time learning how to do marionettes, horrible eldritch horror dance, and then it blows up, damaging no one because you're all responsible, good players.
Excellent. I get an extra attack.
You do an extra attack. You came down off of the catwalk. You don't
Yep.
have line of sight on the Fenris mech because it's behind a box with Aviva.
Can I move to get
Yeah.
into line of sight?
Uh,
I should be able to move.
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's theater of the mind. Our distances are.
Or wonk.
Trying to decide what I would like to use.
I know what I want to do. I know what power I want to try if this doesn't die. I'm so excited.
It will unless Alomi does can deal 31 damage in a single turn, which
It's possible
they
if I
can
could.
actually,
It's not outside the realm of possibility.
but it is at the
just-
far reaches of possible.
It's just outside the realm of probability. It'll be fine. Do I want to charge it? Or do I
Um,
also want to use gun? I don't really want to use gun.
I mean, you don't have to use gun. You have a whole bunch of cantrips that deal obscene
I
damage.
know.
You never have to use gun. You don't ever have to use gun ever.
I love that
never-
we decided that gun is just its own separate magical
It's
ability.
its own separate magical ability.
If we have merch, we need one that says I use gun.
It's like the Adventure Zone merch that just says "I do
I
that."
do that.
We do that. Go in the room. We do that.
I will use ballistic blades.
Yeah, that's a thing that'll affect robots.
Robots.
Yeah, Nightshade Blade won't because it's a poison ability.
It didn't land in my tray, but I rolled a 15. So that's 21.
Yeah, I mean that hits. That hits by a lot.
So that is 2d12 piercing
Yeah,
damage.
the highest AC y'all had to contend with was 14, and you're out here rolling 26s to hit.
Well, that is just 8 damage, so he's safe.
Yeah, no, he's fine. How do math? I mean,
Oh,
the
math.
the robot's looking pretty good. Sigil, you can't see the Fenris mech from
That's
where you
okay.
are right now, but you can very easily move to find it because loud noises have been happening.
That's okay. I want to use my dash action to run up to the Fenris robot
Okay.
And I want to use my dash action in conjunction with my feet, which is the Krogan headbutt. I'm so
Oh, yes.
excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
Also, I just want to say, the folks that made this, N7.world, they did this all for free. They did an absolutely wonderful job about it. But the fact that it is a feat for Krogan to use their headbutt in this way is a crime. And you should all be in jail. I love you all very much. Thank you for making this system. Roll to hit, please. And because you are dashing forward and then doing this, take advantage on your roll.
Okay.
You were taking advantage of your natural Krogan biology. I like it. Roll advantage.
All right. I hit regard. Yeah!
Did you crit?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
You might kill it this turn, depending on how much damage you deal.
It's not as much as you want it to be, so it's 1d6 plus my strength modifier. So my strength modifier is only like a 3.
Okay, so it's so
Two.
we double the d6, but your modifier only gets added once.
Right.
So it's 2. So yeah, roll your 1d6, and then let me know what that number is.
That's a 4 plus 2, so 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So 4, 8, 10. There we go.
Yep. Okay, it's still up, but you rush forward and you headbutt this dog that is, it's like 2 foot tall. So you have to go. What you basically do is you take
Dive at it head
you
first.
take a diving header like it's soccer, and you're trying to ram this thing into the goal from the fucking end line. So you just come dashing forward, and you just jump arms at your side, just head forward and just slam into this dog, and then you're just on the ground and you get up. You're fine. You're not prone or anything because you rolled a crit. There's no way you'd be prone for this, but it is the most awkward looking attack I've ever seen a Krogan being do. But it did.
I think Sergal decided gun was too boring and was trying to switch it up for science.
Hell yeah, science. Science. Aviva, kill it.
Science, because we're in space.
Oh, is it me?
It's your turn.
Yes. I heard you say my name and I was like, why? Why are you killing me?
No, Aviva, kill it. Sorry.
Yes.
No, I've decided arbitrarily that I'm killing off your character.
It's really early, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gun again.
Okay. Hell yeah. You are back in melee range because it rolled up to you, but you can very easily disengage, take a 5-foot step, and shoot.
Again, because Okay, this time I didn't touch it after I rolled it.
Okay.
All right, so I have a 17.
That hits.
And now what am I?
Roll your 1d6 for your M11 suppressor, the best gun in the game.
I rolled the 1.
Okay. You very quietly deal 1 damage to this dog. Because
I don't think we really want to kill this dog. We're just
we really don't.
Hey, listen.
Aviva may be dealing with some personal traumas about the dog.
It's the dog's turn, and the dog, having just been headbutted by a Krogan, is now going to come up and headbutt the Krogan.
Do you want the Krogan to adopt the dog?
That is an 11 to hit. I'm not rolling well for these guys.
Nope.
I just rolled they all have a +2 to hit, and I've been rolling under 10 for most of this fight. So it comes up, it tries to shock and grasp you. It does not.
Sergal reaches out, pats it on the head, you tried.
It doesn't react to this because it is both a robot and a hologram and is incapable of feeling any emotions, chief of which love. It can't love you. It just can't.
Okay.
Sergal appreciated the attempt.
It also doesn't want to love you. I'm kidding. It's a hologram. It doesn't want anything. Galatea, join us in this existential dread over robots. You're a fully self-actualized AI. You don't have to worry about this. This is an inferior life form.
But I do have to subscribe to the Highlander rule. There can only be one.
There can only be one. And there were 6 for most of this fight. 7, counting you.
If the organics aren't going to step up, I think I'll have to remove the doggo from play.
Hell yeah.
I will deviate from the norm, and instead of gun, I will take the bold approach of using lightning.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with an overload.
Okay.
Dex save 3d6.
Does Overload have a
Thank you.
range on it, or is it just target one single creature?
It does have a range. I believe it's 50 meters. Yes, 50 meters.
No. Sorry. Does it have a range of when it hits? Everything within 15 feet of the first target. So you will be hitting two of your party.
Oh,
You will be hitting Aviva and Circle.
Whoops. I didn't realize that was a friendly fire type of thing. May I recant that?
You may recant that. Yes, Overload hits everything within a 15, a 45 foot. It's got a pretty. That's. Are you 15 foot of the target? So five. Okay. So yeah, it would still hit your party. It's not 15 meters. That'd be insane.
Okay, gotcha. So you know what? In that case, I'll use the last of my gun before I have to reload.
Okay.
And that is math. Why? 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Ooh, oh my. Whoops.
Yeah, its AC is 14. Galatea takes off a shot, but worried about hitting their friends, shoots high and completely misses this poor doggo. It's Alomi's turn again.
Alumi, kill the doggo.
You're all basically
I'm gonna
surrounding
try.
this poor dog. Like there's four of you surrounding this 1.5 foot tall robot. And all of you took a full turn, basically hitting this thing and failing to kill it.
I'm charging it.
Oh god.
Oh, do it.
Move, I'm gay. Oh, that landed crooked. Should I re-roll it?
No, that's a 17.
17. Okay.
That's a 17 on the die, so that definitely hits because its AC is again 14.
Yep. And that is to D10 force damage.
And I will roll a dexterity saving throw to avoid being knocked prone. And I do. I'm not prone.
That is 12.
That was its HP.
Great.
Everyone,
It's dead.
all of you, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, all of us?
All of you. You're all in melee range now. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I
Myself
rolled a
included?
20.
Yes. No, sorry, not Galatea. You are not in melee range because you did
Okay.
gun. You rolled a 9.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, you're safe.
8.
15.
15. Okay. So
Sirgal is beefy, but
Sirgal?
cannot get out of the way for shit.
Sirgal takes 5 damage. Everyone else takes 2, or everyone who's not Galatea takes 2.
Woohoo! I finally have lost health, despite the fact that I have taken like.
That
That
killed what was
knocked
left of
out-
my shields.
That killed the rest of my shields and put me down 1.
Okay, so that was our combat encounter. We will come back in 2 weeks with Ketch's evaluation of your performance and the beginning of your trip over into the Mile 2 cluster. So thank you so much for joining us for our starship voyage of Project Trailblazer. Thank you for sticking with us as we learned this system a bit. I tried to prep as much as I could beforehand, but there's so many rules. And I have ADHD, so remembering things is hard.
I think
I'm
we're all
here-
in that camp.
I'm here for
We might
I'm
be.
here to do math and to make very bad jokes. That's it.
I got assaulted.
But anyway, let's have our party going around and plug themselves once more and say their goodbyes. We will start with my lovely, wonderful spouse.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I was a Lomi Druis for this episode. You can find me on certainpov.com where I host several podcasts. Also, I am a writer. You can follow me on Twitter at iHoardLibrarians. No, I hoard libraries. Sorry, Twitter is different.
Spectre.
Hi, I'm your local chaos bringer, Spectre Alafet. For this, I was Davra Circle. And yeah, I'm the ST for Deep Magic and a player on Sudbury by Night, and I'm the producer for Archives of the Dragon in general, so you can find me there too.
Wonderful. Amberly.
I'm Amberly. For this episode, I was Aviva Narvera. And if you want to find me on Twitter, you can at Amberly and Violet. There is nothing there except that I have thoughts.
And we love those thoughts. Velvet.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I've been Velvet, your local Diablo enthusiast and unseelie wunderkind. Please address me as such. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar. And when you're catching this on Twitch, remember that you can now sub and throw us bits, and in general, give us those cash monies.
All of those things. I have been Professor John Bradley Lestrange, your GM and horrible gremlin of mischief and making me feel guilty about killing my poor dog. You can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard. If you like what you heard here, it will air at some day in time on Twitch at Archives of the Dragon. You can also find more about this and all of the other projects with Archives of the Dragon on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon. And I believe Spectre has more stuff to say.
All I was going to say is you can also follow our backlog of projects on YouTube because Twitch does not hold all of our projects long term. So you can also find the shows that we've done, the Changeling show, the one-shots, and our vampire show on Archives of the Dragon on YouTube. So you can give us a like and a follow over there too.
Wonderful. That's everything for this time. Come back and join us in the future for more just whatever this is. Bye.